딸기 cross. Hi, my name is Anna and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton and I'm a dancer, even though it's not going to matter in this video.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with a reaction that we are both very excited for, and we will be reacting to Wonwi's new song, A Book in Memory. I can't see the Korean title. 기억속한 권의 책.
권.
기억
속 한 권의 책. Yes, so today we are reacting to Wonwi's comeback that just came out this morning. Well, morning for us. And we have watched all of the teasers for it, including like the individual member teasers. But, question, is this part 2 to reminisce about all 다 추억? Because we aren't sure, but we are like, maybe it is because they're both about memories. And also when we watched the teaser, we heard use of cello. So, I don't know.
We'll see. Let's go.
It sounds like a Christmas song. I mean,
yeah, very like winter.
Yeah.
Like the setting too, it's not the exact same, but it's very similar to Reminiscing.
It's like it's opened up. Like the room has opened up. Just gonna get comfy. Strings. Oh.
His voice, listening to it, so like comforting.
That was a very like abrupt entrance to the chorus. Wow. Oh, now it's getting like intense angst. Oh,
the chain.
Oh. Yeah, this is where we heard the cello. Yep. Oh, I really like. Wait, I like how it went down. It's gonna grow even more, isn't it? Yeah. Oh.
I just want to talk a little bit about like the performance and the acting and the sets and things like that, since there's no dance. So first, one of the things that caught my eye the most in the first watch was the look in Yonghoon's eyes right before the abrupt change to the first chorus. He's not looking at the camera. His eyes are kind of downcast. It looks so haunted and it's very breathtaking. And it reminds me of like, you know, when you see someone that's really like thinking back on a memory and it almost feels like their soul has left and they've gone back to that time. Like they're not with you anymore. They're like physically there, but not. That's what it felt like. And I was like, wow, the acting, or like, what is he thinking about? It was like haunting. And I really liked that. And just overall, the emoting, both in their playing and in like their individual acting scenes, was really, really nice. And I've talked about it in our other One We reactions about how playing the instruments is just as much of a performance as like performing a dance to a song is. And they really showcase that so well because they're such good performers. Another thing that I was thinking about when I was thinking about the look that he has in his eyes is I noticed watching through the second time that they don't make eye contact with the camera a lot. Like there's a few times in the full band shots when Yonghoon is singing that he will look at the camera, but other than that, it's always downcast or a little bit off center. And I thought that was really impactful because at the very end, when they all look into the mirror, that's really the first time that you've seen all of their faces straight on, like making eye contact with the camera. And then right afterwards, they like close their eyes. And it's just this really powerful moment where it's like, I'm looking into a mirror, first of all, so I'm reflecting, I'm reminiscing, I'm thinking back on something. Like that's the symbolism there. And then it's so powerful, so emotional that I like have to shut my eyes to it because I'm overwhelmed by this emotion. And it's right as the song is building and it's just, it gave me goosebumps. But then my last comment is just about the sets, especially the full band shot. And it's beautiful in both the like light version and the blue version, especially with all of the lights going through it, but especially in the blue version, it makes you feel like you've sunk into that memory because they've got the light shining and the smoke is reflecting the light, so it makes everything look a little bit hazy and it's like I've sunk into it. And I was just thinking about like when it first starts turning blue and it like flickers back and forth, it's kind of like a memory like jumping to the front. And then I was thinking about how he like his soul had like left in that picture and gone back into this memory, and it's just really powerful. And like I can't talk about the music, but I really enjoyed it and it's just really beautiful, and I'm surprised I didn't like cry or something. So okay, Anna's turn.
So to start off my comments, this is beautiful. As you can tell, we were super affected by it and like we're completely silent for most of it. I think that the key is in E flat minor. The key that a song is in, they are all associated with like different emotions. Not just major being like happy and minor being sad, but like some of them are like off-putting, some of them are like the deepest depression. E flat minor, also known as like D sharp minor, is the most depressing key that a song can be written in. And I was looking it up to make sure, and a lot of people describe it as like feeling the anxiety of the soul's deepest distress, the blackest depression. And I'm like, wow, that's what the song is. But talking more about like the instruments, I know we mentioned the cellos before the reaction, but the violins in the song have such a beautiful effect too. And to me, one thing that really sticks out is like when Dongmyeong starts singing in the chorus. In my mind, his voice is always like, oh, it's getting softer, more like sentimental emotions too, like a little bit more innocent. The violins really express that very well. It's a sweet sound that like rises up out of the music as Dongmyeong starts singing. So it's like his sort of sweet, innocent emotions that he had been feeling like very pure, and then immediately contrasted with like all the other instruments coming in, and it turns like more rock and like hard, and I feel like I should be headbanging, and it's like that sweetness was tainted by all the hurt. That's how I interpreted it. And I was like, oh, that's so powerful. Another thing is the chorus immediately following the bridge. I said like, oh, it's still gonna build after this, isn't it? Because instead of singing the original chorus melody, he switches it up. So instead of like rising with that line as it typically does, he stays lower and it's more like restrained. So thinking about the context of the story, I'm like, oh, those emotions are still being held down a little bit and it's very controlled. But then it's interesting because like in the background, the instruments are going crazy. It's like so powerful emotions, but the vocals aren't reflecting that as much. Because that feeling sort of lasts for the ending of the song too, because it's just goodbye and it's sustained, but the instruments are still going crazy. So it's like, what is this contrast of like what I'm showing on the outside versus what I'm feeling on the inside, you know? The last thing that I wanted to say was, I've already said in like all of our other ONEWE videos how much I love the vocals and the singing. Obviously that still exists in this one. I've realized that like part of the reason why I love it so much is like in all like K-pop, this is the closest that I've gotten to hearing like classical style singing, and like that is my background with singing. So I love it so much, like the vowels and the way, not just the vowels but also their consonants, even like the phrasing and like the way that they breathe even. Anyways, okay, I'll stop now. Okay, but before you TLDR, I do want to say I'm surprised you didn't say anything about Kanghyun, because I saw your face during his guitar solo and that's why I started chuckling a little.
Any last bit of shame that I had just went out the window, thank you.
Sorry! Also,
Alright,
Yoongbin looks really good in glasses, but anyways.
Oh, he looks so good in glasses. Oh my god. ONEWE is back, and we were so excited when we heard about their comeback. It's the first time we've gotten to react to a comeback the day that it happened, and no surprises, we were both very moved by the song, really enjoyed it. It's just a true expression of their artistry and of their skill, and I think it's safe to say that we are definitely impressed by them again and again and again, and just really enjoy their music.
That being said, if you enjoyed this reaction and are also loving this song by ONEWE and feeling all of the emotions, just entranced and raptured, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe,
Ding!
turn on your notification bell, and bye!